History Channel, home of everything you need to know about the past. Today, we'll be talking about the Irish Americans in the 1840s and their struggle with the American dream. Throughout history, many people from foreign lands have been drawn to America in hopes to live out the American dream. The term American Dream was coined in 1931 by James Tressel Adams in his book, The Epic of America. It is loosely defined, but in all periods there are some aspects that are universal. Those aspects are that all people try to achieve the American dream were working to better their conditions and earn enough money to support them and their family based on their abilities. An example of a group of people that came to America to achieve this dream was the Irish after the potato famine in the 1840s.
The Irish were desperate. In Ireland, they were faced with poverty from being driven from land by the mechanization of farm work. They were also faced with overcrowding and joblessness as a result of a population boom, and most importantly, the potato famine forced many to leave and start anew. America was very appealing to these struggling peoples.
Finally made it to America. Now time to go live the American dream.
It was a land of opportunity and freedom. The Irish were free from aristocratic caste, the state church, and they also got abundant opportunities to secure broad acres and to better one's condition.
Letters were often written to those back home to brag of the richer life, filled with low taxes, no compulsory military service, and 3 full meals a day. I'm home.
Dinner's ready. Come eat with me. How's your day at work?
Awesome.
Would you like an apple?
Sure.
An example of one of these letters is written from a woman to her brother back home. She said, "The only thing that is, if one is not lazy, one can have a much better life than here in Ireland."
That is a wonderful example. These American letters are a great window into their American dream. They came to America to better themselves and their conditions. They often came with no skills, no previous experience, and no money. They had little to no hope, little to no education, and had few clothes, just enough that would fit in a suitcase. Their dream was to turn nothing into something.
Although some were lucky and became very successful, for most, conditions were not that much better. They often lived in shanty towns in houses of boards and debris. These towns had no roads, and jobs were hard to come by. The Irish flooded into New York City and Boston. About 70% became servants, and some men worked in unskilled jobs such as construction. Newspapers depicted these people in cartoons called Bridget and Patrick, with drunk Irish men and women working as servants. Many businesses put up "No Irish Need Apply" signs, telling all Irish not to even bother applying.
Job difficulties were not the only thing the Irish faced. The tons of people flooding in caused the jails, workhouses, poor farms, and hospitals to be filled. This caused fear in some American citizens. These people who were afraid were called the nativists. They were scared and angry and formed a Know-Nothing party who opposed all immigration and attempted to reduce the flow of immigration. There were occasionally gang wars between nativists and the Irish to prevent the Irish from accomplishing their American dream. In Boston, the upper class believed the Irish were an inferior race and treated them as so. Even the working class resented the Irish laborers who would work for anything. They were also disliked by many Protestants in America who opposed the Catholic Irish people.
Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, or forgive us of our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen.
Amen.
This did not surprise the Irish. They were used to the terrible treatment they received in Ireland from the English Protestants. They endured centuries of oppression, and their treatment in America paled in comparison.
Although they faced many new challenges, the Irish were successful in some ways. They assisted in the Civil War effort, although this didn't change the opinion of them.
come enlist in the Union Army. You, sir. Great, now go get your gun and go off to war.
The Irish were able to get jobs as servants and on railroads, canals, and roads. They were also a major labor source for building and relating trades in the exporting areas. The Irish were also involved in business and politics. Political leaders took advantage of the ignorance of the American political system and took care of the immigrants in exchange for their vote.
Some immigrants became successful through their hard work and perseverance, but many realized the American dream was just sometimes unattainable. However, the Irish still come to America in hopes to better themselves and their conditions. Coming up, we are interviewing with an Irish immigrant who recently came in hopes of living out the American dream.
Stay tuned after this commercial break. Chulainn Corcoran here. Sell you an amazing product. ShamWow! This ain't like any other ShamWow. This can clean up any type of drink. I'm not kidding. Water? Cleans it all up. Orange juice after breakfast? Cleans that up too. Soda, having a party for the kids? Drops of soda? Clean that up. It's amazing. ShamWow, look, nothing comes out. It's amazing. Best part of it, it's only $29.99. Not kidding. If you buy it right now, I'll throw in some Clorox wipes. Sun drop. How do you drop it?
When the pimp's in the crib, ma, drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot. When the pigs try to get at you, park it.
Thank you for coming here to answer some questions.
You're welcome.
Well, why did you decide to come to America?
Because things were not that great in my country at the time, and America has always been a place I wanted to come and raise a family and make a living.
How did you start off when you came here?
I started off in the hotel business, and I'm still in the hotel business, but I started at the very low ranks in the hotel business and worked my way up.
Was it difficult to work your way up?
Very difficult, yeah. It's been a long, hard slog. I've been here since 1989, and I really don't take much time off. I work extremely hard and have always worked hard and gone the extra mile.
And what is your version of the American dream?
It depends. It's really a frame of mind. It's trying to do your best, being involved in your community, raise a family, being tolerant of everybody around you, whether it's different religions, sex, race, whatever. And America always appealed to me because it's a place where everything is tolerated. In some other countries it isn't. So no matter what you are or who you are, you have a chance to make a solid life and living in America.
And would you say you accomplished your dream?
Yes.
What challenges did you face as you worked for that dream?
Well, because you're an immigrant, you're treated slightly different, and you have to try even harder than regular Americans because immigrants have a harder push, but it drives you further, and of course you're away from your family. I mean, I've been away from my family for years, so I have to deal with that all the time, and that's difficult when you're away from your parents and your sisters.
All right, well, thank you for coming.
My pleasure.
That was our interview with Garrett Corcoran, a present-day Irish immigrant who's today living out the American dream. Stay tuned for next week with our next show.